everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we're going to be discussing some theories I have for episodes 13, 14 and 15 of Miraculous Ladybug Season 5, although they won't be full theories as the synopses haven't officially been released. However, I have seen episode 16 Protection and episode 12 Perfection, so I'm basically going to be trying to fill in the blanks between them since I know what happens in the episodes around them. So as you may have guessed by now, this video won't be safe for those of you who are waiting to watch the show in chronological order, as there will be spoilers for episode 16. So for those of you who haven't seen any further than Perfection, I wouldn't watch the rest of this video.
Well, I guess I'll see you guys around.
And of course, as always, I still haven't read the show Bible or seen any of the leaks, so if you already know what happens in 13, 14 and 15, that's great, but I do not care, nor do I want to know. But worry not, if I ever do, someone sent me a Google Drive link to all the leaks, so if I ever get tired of waiting, I can find the information for myself. I don't need you to do it for me. So I'd really appreciate it that if you've seen the leaks, you don't confirm or deny anything I say in this video. Thank you very much. So let's do a little Perfection and Protection recap, and I will 100% get those episodes mixed up eventually due to the titles by the end of the season. So in Perfection, Kagami is akumatized into the most useless Akuma villain ever because she can't even see Ladybug or Cat Noir to get their Miraculouses, but it's probably for the best that she can't see or hear anyone, so she doesn't have to listen to Adrian sing ever again. It turns out she's being manipulated by Lila to feel betrayed by Marinette, but it doesn't work and they are still besties for Ebsies. And in Protection, Marinette and Adrian have the most intrusive friends ever, who all want them to have their first kiss together in front of everyone else, which isn't creepy at all, so instead Adrian arranges a little pajama date for them, which is cute as hell, but what isn't cute as hell is firstly Gabriel babes watching the full thing. Like, do you not have something better to do? Like, I thought you run a fashion company. Like, act like it, you know? And also what isn't cute as hell is Kagami crashing the party due to Lila's manipulation. They de-akumatize her and they have a group hug, but everything isn't okay. So I want to do another theory video about what I think could happen after Protection in episode 17, Adoration, but for now we're just going to focus on 13, 14 and 15. The big ass sandwich filling between bad singing about dolphins and Gabriel watching his son try to kiss his girlfriend for the first time.
Let's take a look. Gross.
So I think the first thing we have to talk about is, of course, Adrianette and what's going to happen with it. So in episode 12, Marinette is struggling to tell Adrian she loves him, but Adrian really doesn't seem to care because he basically has already worked out how she feels about him, which, yeah, fair enough. And we find out at the start of Protection she still hasn't told him she loves him. However, as I said, in episode 12, Adrian really doesn't seem to care. He's very aware of how Marinette feels about him, which, thank God, because if we were waiting for Marinette to finally open up and tell him, I think I'd be at least in my 70s at that point. But there has been some progression in terms of Marinette getting more comfortable around him for sure, and I would hope this happens mostly in episodes 13 and 14. So I know most of this season's episode titles refer to what Miraculous is being used, but they do often have a double meaning. For example, like in Perfection, the Dragon Miraculous is used, which is the power of perfection, but Kagami also feels an immense need to be perfect all the time. And again with Protection, Kagami uses the Turtle Miraculous, but she's trying to protect herself from her own feelings, and Adrian tries to protect Marinette in the episode too, both from Kagami and his father. So there are a lot of double meanings going on with these episode titles, apart from Jubilation, which did the absolute opposite and ripped everyone's hearts out. So, in addition to Migration being about horses, the Horse Miraculous, which, dear God, has been used in almost every single episode. Let Kalki have some sleep, please. Migration, the word, also refers to movement. Usually when an animal or a person migrates, it means they move, usually a long distance. So as such, I hope this refers to some movement in their relationship. In Perfection, Marinette really struggles to be close to Adrian, but in Protection, they're on this amazing date alone together. Well, not technically, since Gabriel is watching them. But to Marinette and Adrian, they're alone, so there has been some forward movement in their relationship, so migration in their relationship for the better. Now, I know maybe some of you are like, 3 episodes is too long to get to that point, but Marinette seems to have anxiety, which mood, me too, girly pop, and Adrian, thankfully, is very, very just endlessly patient with her, which is just amazing. But what I'm not patient with is all this mustache foreshadowing. Like, I'm sorry, no, I would love like a little spin-off series when the the main show is over, however many seasons they're gonna do, probably like 30 by the end of this thing, and it'll have Marinette and Adrian's children in. Yep, I'm here for that, I'm down for it. I can't wait to watch it if they ever do that. But if they give Adrian a mustache, I will cry forever. And speaking of foreshadowing, there is also a lot of alluding to a magic kiss between Adrian and Marinette. If I remember correctly, the first time this was mentioned was in actually Dark Cupid back in season 1. So they're studying Sleeping Beauty in class, and Miss Beauty talks about true love with a magic kiss that wakes the princess up. So in Dark Cupid, Ladybug kisses Cat Noir to help break him out of Dark Cupid's power, and it works, and she saves the day. The magic kiss is also referred to by Mark and Nathaniel in Protection, and other fairy tale elements have also been referred to throughout the show, like in episode 9 Daddy Agrest, with Marinette being the knight coming to save Adrian from the castle. Like in Shrek.
That's true.
And oh my god, I haven't actually seen the new Puss in Boots film yet. I feel like such a fake Shrek fan, I'm so sorry. Anyway, all of this magic kiss, fairy tale elements thing are making me think that in the finale, the magic of their love, god, I'm gonna throw up, helps save the day, the same way combining their Miraculouses might, because they basically represent the power of their Miraculouses. I need a bit more information about what happens further on in the season to add to that theory, so I might revisit it as we get closer to the end, but I like the idea of it, it sounds cool. I also think Adrianette could progress more in episode 14 Derision. Whilst it obviously refers to the monkey Miraculous, the word itself is about mocking and making fun of someone. As we saw in episode 11 of this season, which shall not be named due to my inability to say the damn word, Chloe made a lot of fun of Marinette in the cafeteria scene about how she thinks Adrian and Marinette's relationship is stupid due to the class difference between them. Chloe isn't someone to give up about this kind of issue, considering how much she hates Marinette, as well as Zoe being the one to tell her off, and because of Lila's manipulation. So I also think this could refer to Chloe making fun of Marinette again, but Adrian of course steps in to protect her, and that's another way they grow closer, ready for their date in Protection. Now the other main thing I want to discuss in this video, and this is more largely about episode 15 Intuition, is Luca's absence in the show. So he's in Perfection and other episodes before it, like Determination, but by the time it comes for Kitty Section to play for Adrian and Marinette on the Ferris wheel, Nino takes his place. So let's theorise as to why Luca is absent. At first I was like, Luca left because he couldn't bear to listen to any more of Adrian's singing, which, me too, let me know where you've gone, Luca, because I'll come and join you. But also, Luca has a lot more sense than everyone else, and would know Marinette would absolutely hate this plan for the Ferris wheel, so I do think it's plausible that he just didn't show up. He does also, in my opinion, still have feelings for Marinette, so that would hurt even more, watching her about to kiss someone else, which is totally understandable. However, while the name of episode 15 refers to the Snake Miraculous, which of course is the Miraculous that Luca used to wear, it also refers to someone with good instincts, which Luca does have, even though his instincts are expressed with musical themes and I don't know what he's saying half of the time.
What are they saying?
As we've all seen this season, the stakes are definitely getting higher, and I think Luca has realised pretty quickly in season 4 how much danger he's in, and he must realise that that danger is getting even worse and worse because of how serious things are getting. And I would argue, out of everyone in the show, he is the most in danger after the events of Wishmaker. He is the only one to know both of the identities of Ladybug and Cat Noir. If he gets akumatized, it's game over and the world ends, basically. While Marinette so far hasn't given any indication that she is aware of what Luca knows, and neither has Gabriel Babes, I do think Luca will have Skip Town, which is a pretty good decision. Now, I don't know how he arranged this, but you know, his dad is Jagged Stone, who seems to be a fairly successful musician. I mean, the man lives in a hotel, so it seems like he's got a lot of money, and I think if Luca was like, hey dad, I need to go to, I don't know, Vietnam to find my special musical sound, I think Jagged would be like, that's not a problem, let's get you on the first plane out of the croissant capital. I doubt Luca did this all by himself. He is only like, what, 14 years old, so if he hasn't told Marinette what's going on, maybe he asked Suhan. Now, I don't know if this man will have finished his hopping marathon to Tibet, and I have a feeling his leg will have fallen off by the time he got to Austria, and that's being generous. But it would make sense that Luca told Suhan, since they did briefly interact in Ephemeral, and Ephemeral is of course the episode where Suhan was desperate to know the identity of Cat Noir, although why he didn't just go and ask Cat Noir himself, I'll never know, to be honest. But anyway, they had a brief interaction in Ephemeral, and when I say brief, I mean brief. Did they actually talk? I just think they stared at each other, to be honest. But it was in the sewers, and that is the best location in the show, so I think it counts for something. So perhaps Luca found some way to contact Suhan, and Suhan has put Luca somewhere in hiding until the end of season. Maybe it's just somewhere else in Paris or just somewhere else in France, or maybe it is, for example, in Tibet at the temple. Now it's been rebuilt after the Miraculous Ladybug in Feast. However, I do hope he's back at the very least for the finale. So there you go, besties, some little ideas I have for the events of episode 13, 14 and 15. I know they're not fully fleshed out, but that's because we don't have any images from them, we have no synopsis and stuff like that. So as we get more information, of course, I will expand on them and probably come up with new ideas. But right now, this is all I've got. So I'd love to know what you think, but of course, besties, as always, let's keep the comments leak-free. I'll see you in the next one.